Okay, I believe I am now streaming live. Someone said they thought this would be kind of neat for me to do. And plus, I started with Thief. We need to get back to it. But Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, I remember being awesome. I pretty much always played as a Tremere. When I played it, because I used to run the role-playing game when it first came out in the early 90s. And like Tremere was always my favorite of the different clans. Them and Nosferatu. I never actually played... I'm stuck. Maybe a Nosferatu or a Toreador. I mean, being involved in the theater and everything else, Toreador sounds gonna be kind of cool, but I do love maybe Nosferatu. But I'm gonna go through. So this, if you are unaware of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, I'm Michael Matthews, by the way, improv GM. Bloodlines is considered one of the greatest incomplete RPGs, to the fact that the most recent patch was, I think, last November, and this game came out a long damn time ago. And in a moment, I'm going to speak slowly enough that I can double check on my phone to see when it came out, because the original role-playing games came out in the early 90s. As I remember, by 93, I'd had a campaign going for quite a while already at that point, back when I was a senior in high school. And there's a number of other games that kind of came along with it, but Vampire was not only the most popular, it was also the one that really, to a lot of people, opened up role-playing games to be something besides D&D. Now, granted, the group I had played, well, people I'd played with when I was young, we played a ton of stuff. A lot of Palladium, more riffs than I care to say. Chill, Call of Cthulhu, Marvel Superheroes was our big one for a very long time. We kind of played a little bit of everything that we could get our hands on. And Vampire brought in people who had heard of role-playing games, but pretty much had never thought they might be interesting. It opened it up to a group that were more interested in characters. That's what it promised to do, was really sort of focus on characters in a super cool way that the fiction did, but the game itself did not help at all. Vampire, if it was created today with more modern sort of role-playing game, I don't want to say technology, but like with more recent innovations in role-playing games, would be a lot cooler and also give you a much better idea of how things work than the original, which was still based off the old paradigm where, I mean, skills were more important. It wasn't just about fighting, but there was a lot of it that was about fighting. I could not see returning to the World of Darkness today, though I could return to the settings, particularly the new World of Darkness, which actually did the personal horror stuff better than the original, with the exception, as far as going back, of Promethean, which I would love to do a Promethean game with 2 or 3 players. And there's so many little subsystems that all kind of click together, even though I don't like the World of Darkness systems, and the new version of it, the Chronicles of Darkness system, does a better job, because you can really tell what indie role-playing games it stole from. And it stole from a whole bunch. But it feels like a bastardization of better games layered on top of kind of a clunky old system. Like, Changeling the Lost would be a lot of fun to do again, but I would not use the system. I'd probably use Cortex Plus. People have done it for, like, Apocalypse World hacks. Like, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but Vampire is a landmark in role-playing games. I mean, really, there's D&D is the big one. The next, I think, big, gigantic movement that brought in a load of new people, I think, really kind of starts with Vampire. And there was role-playing game like Vampire Redemption that was actually, it was kind of cool, because, I mean, the story was bad. Like, you played a specific person, you went through, it was not good. But it would actually allow you to do, like, you could GM a thing through it. And I remember we played with that, but that was back before we really had computers that would hook up reliably, and plus, being in theaters, schedules always suck. So I didn't get to play with it too much, but then Bloodlines came out, and it was super cool. So we are going to begin a new game. So there's a bunch of different clans of vampires, and I used to play Tremere, which is sort of the think Mafia Mage in some respects. Like, they're a hierarchy that's super strong. But as I get older, there's a bunch of other ones that also appeal to me. Now, Nosferatu is also one that always appealed to me. They're the kind of ugly, hideous vampires we think of from like the original Nosferatu movie. They deal with like stealth and controlling animals. They can literally become the fly on the wall hearing people do stuff. Now, the series of questions seems a lot more fun to start off with. I'll be a dude because I'm a dude. So, you're stuck in traffic at your concert. The guy behind you is laying on the horn. Your friends in the car are urging you to park the car and help them stick the dude's horn somewhere uncomfortable. Do you get out and pull the guy out of the car and put him in the hospital? Talk your friends down. You don't need a lawsuit or jail time. Okay, let's not kill someone after traffic that people notice. A vampire hunter is chasing a crowd of mortals. Do you reveal your supernatural presence, blinding everyone in the vicinity? Fade into the crowd and disappear from sight. Use your abilities to read mortals' minds and stay far away from any sensation of hostility. I kind of like 2. Those 3 sounded pretty cool. You were mugged last night. It wasn't life-threatening, but you want to take some measures to make sure that if it happens again, you are defenseless. Do you sign up for a martial arts class? Next time they try it, you'll break their spine. Start carrying a knife concealed in your belt. Next person tries to breathe through a hole in their neck. Buy a gun. The next mugger is sidewalk meat. Well, I'm going to go with a gun, mostly because I know what kind of games this kind of is. And knives might be useful, but having a gun is not a bad idea. You're at a convenience store looking through the beer freezer when all of a sudden a man walks in and pulls a gun on the cashier. Okay, first of all, I don't like beer. What I'm doing is looking through if they happen to have a hard liquor section. They've got like Jack Daniels or like Jim Beam Black Cherry. I'm probably buying that. If I'm making Orange Crush for some friends, I'm buying a few other things that you probably don't find at a gas station. You got to go to a liquor store. Anyway, stick up behind him, disarm him, and proceed to beat him senseless. Quietly make your way to the bathroom and lock yourself in. Now, I like the idea of a character that would do number 2. They would do the second one. I don't want to say number 2 when talking about the bathroom. But for these kind of games, they don't usually tend to reward, or not necessarily reward, but they don't make it interesting the fact that you've like chosen to be a coward. It'd be great if it's like, oh hey, you want to be a coward? Cool, we're gonna give you this stuff to do. Otherwise, you just kind of miss part of the game usually. So we'll go with number 1. You started playing that new computer game, but it's full of bugs. This, I'm curious if it was added in well after the fact, because 2004 was when this was released. The most recent patch was like done by fans was like November or something of last year. It's still being patched in 2018. It's a 14-year-old game. Well, 17. It's a 14-year-old game. 13 years later, people are still doing stuff to it. Go on to several forums, complain about the issues, email the developers themselves, get the game fixed, which you can't do because Troika went under a long time ago. Decide to look into the code yourself to patch it up. Well, I'm not a programmer. I don't probably complain about the issues on forums, but I go to look for how to fix it, because usually that'll get you someplace before the developers get back to you. So I'm saying 1, but I'm not. Being a night person is for vampires. You watch a lot of late night TV movies. 3 movies are on. Which do you watch? Fist of the Monkey King, a wire fu film that with that scene where Wu beats 20 armed men with his bare hands. Like, I love wuxia films. I just don't see many of them. That's a pretty good chance there. Sword of the Bushi, Japanese film where a lone samurai gets a path through the gang of Yakuza. Or Sergeant Murderstein 3. The cop that doesn't play by the rules takes on the drug cartel that kidnapped his daughter with only his trusty 44 to back him up. Fuck that. Fist of the Monkey King. I said, I enjoy the revenge film quite a bit, but like I don't see enough of the wuxia, like wire fu films where they get to fly through the air and do all that stuff, which I have a lot of love for from the old Oriental Heroes Jademan comics that used to come out. Tiger Dragon Gate, I think is what they're called in Korea. While at a club, you spot your ex-roommate who skipped out after taking your stuff and leaving you with a stack of bills. Been here. He looks dead drunk. Do you grab him by the head and repeatedly bash his face into the bar? Or call the cops? See you in court, buddy. I see no options for passive-aggressively ignore him. But I'll go with 2. With my roommate, there's no reason to beat the shit out of him. Like, he probably knows people I know, and it becomes a problem. Your coworker recently badmouthed you to upper management and snagged a position that was rightfully yours. Do you? Am I playing a vampire? Charm the pants off of one of your bosses. If that doesn't work, you get their pants off another. Hack into your coworker's computer and accidentally leak a rather nasty email about the president of the company that they wrote. Okay, I love the idea for number 2. It's one of those things where how do you have it not come back to you? Like, they'll at least know you become untrustworthy. There might be other ways. If I'm good enough to hack into it, maybe I have other things I can do. I like this seduction angle too, but I think I'm angling for Nosferatu. I think I'm angling for like the hideous spy in this one. You tell someone to be quiet in a movie theater, they get up and slug you in the face. That's escalation. 1, twist his arm and make him lick the stick off the floor. Carry a gun just to make tough guys like that wet their pants. I think twisting someone's arm, making them lick a stick off the floor. First of all, is it talking about just the stickiness on the floor, or is it like a stick of something? Like I thought popsicle stick at first, but I don't get popsicles in a movie theater. I've not seen those. I'm not going to answer that. World's a cruel and unforgiving place, but you've gotten by so far. Why? Okay. I live alone. I don't need others. Just me, my dog, and to hell with the rest. Stay out of sight and the world won't even know you're there. I like that one. You've been embraced by the Nosferatu is what I was wanting to do, and that's what I got. A Nosferatu embraced twists and deforms of physical appearance, making them abominations in the eyes of men. And like all of the rest of them are like 1990s. Like the Matrix hadn't come out yet, but the Matrix was going to be like the aesthetic of vampire. Like, I would bet money that they looked at pictures of LARPs at some point during that to look like those people. Nosferatu are out, well, how those people wanted to look. There are occasional ones where you're like, God damn, that person's hot. Otherwise, they look more like me. The Nosferatu are outcasts who have perfected the ability to blend into shadows or master of espionage and information gathering. I like those kind of characters. They're fun. I'm going to go with that. Attributes and abilities have now been determined and entered into its character. Oh, that'd be kind of neat. Which you will see next. After your tour of the character sheet, you may make changes to the character or simply play it as it is. I may make some changes, but I do kind of like the idea that it put those into creating something. If it was a regular role-playing game, I'd be 100% behind that. I really like the random character generation. Gives you some really cool things you might not otherwise have thought about, and puts you in a character that you wouldn't maybe normally play. This, however, is not something where a GM can kind of determine what's going on with the players. This is something that is set, so certain things are just gonna be more important. But they have to have all these things because the role-playing game did. So some of them are going to be cool and important. Some of them are going to be not at all. Okay, so yeah, okay, this is a little bit different than the original. You get more dots and stuff. Oh no, actually, yeah, this might actually be directly from the original. No, not quite. You get more because as a Nosferatu, I get a 0 appearance. So these are attributes with your inherent character traits are broken into 3 categories: physical, social, mental. So pretty tough, not a lot of strength and dexterity. These probably mean a little bit different because like everyone starts at 1 in all of the attributes in the original. I think it's 3, 5, and 7 is what you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so the original game, it's like 3 in one, 5 in another, and 7 in another. So you get to like split them up differently. And I'd of course lose the 1, but I almost want to take the stamina down and take up manipulation, or maybe even charisma. Like, still be hideous, but also be a smooth talker. Our masters in the craft of eavesdropping. I like perception and intelligence being up there. And so your strongest attribute is mental, in which you have 2 points you can spend. Oh, maybe it'll actually catch me up. You have 1 point to spend in physical and no points in social, your weakest attributes. As for abilities, being Nosferatu gives you an advantage in your stealthy skills, and therefore you have 3 points to spend. You only have average abilities and knowledge, 2 points, and are weak in talents, 1. Which, subterfuge is kind of important. Feats, the actions you perform in the game, they're derived from an attribute and ability. Okay. An example would be a feat of lockpicking, which is derived from the attribute of dexterity and the ability of security. Hovering your mouse pointer over a feat will highlight the attributes and ability upon which it is dependent. You remember the Nosferatu clan, twisted and deformed by the curse of vampirism. They're survivors who have mastered the art of sneaking. Few creatures, mortal or vampiric, know of cities, back alleys, and dark corners like the Nosferatu do. Their disciplines are animalism, animal communion, obfuscate, invisibility, and potence, vampiric strength. With your humanity, 7 is a norm, 10 is saintly. And the lower you go, the closer the beast you become. Also, the lower your humanity, the greater your chance of frenzying. When a vampire goes into frenzy, he loses all control and attacks any and all things around him. However, as you gain experience, you can spend experience point to increase your humanity. I'm going to do that. Masquerade violations. The code by which vampires unlive. Anytime a vampire is seen doing a supernatural act by a mortal, it is considered a masquerade violation. You have 5 chances, and each strike will have repercussions. If you commit 5 masquerade violations, you'll be dealt with harshly. This is where, on the things you're hovering, will display. Okay, cool. Auto level. What do not want to auto level is reset stats. Another toggle allows you to clear out all your point allocations, so you can start over, return them to the last settings. The cancel button, return the last point in the game without changing your character sheet once you're satisfied. Okay. So, there's a couple of these I kind of want to add. I can't add there. And it seems like I should be equal in my intel. Oh, it already spent the... Oh, that's right, it did spend the points for me. Okay, so this is what I have. So animalism, all animal spirits carry their will. So I'm curious. Incapacitate the victims for about 10 seconds. Any action taken against the victim will disperse the flock and end the effect prematurely. So I can incapacitate. Now in the role-playing game, one of the cool things, eventually you can take over animals and listen, and so like you became the fly in the room. It was actually one of the things that actually made them like the perfect spies. Bone crushing beetles, this is all combat. Causing damage to berries in their body, that's fine. Spectral wolf attacks the target. Bat's communion attacks the target, but gives me back blood. Insect swarms descend on all victims in the area, devouring their flesh and possibly killing them. Obfuscate. Invisibility as long as you remain motionless. If you move or take any action, I become visible, and the timer will run. Costs 1 blood per activation, lasts 18 seconds per activation. And the timer will run out. That's what I must... Okay, I'm curious. That's weird, because if I remain motionless, it will not run, and obfuscate can be maintained indefinitely. So I guess I can move, but if I take an action, this is poorly written. Second one. I may move invisibly while... You may move invisibly while crouched and perform stealth kills using the attack key. Okay, so you'll be revealed if you touch anyone or containers, or if you interact with the environment. Okay, 20 seconds. Hidden killer, you may perform stealth kills while invisible using the attack key. Rock. I don't know, I meant to do that. Be careful not to touch your victims or containers. Wait a minute. Or you'll be revealed. Additional enemy melee attacks at break obfuscate 3 will gain a 50%. Okay, so basically you can do a sneak attack. Advanced invisibility. You may move freely while invisible. You will be revealed if you interact with the environment or if you touch anyone or containers. Additionally, any melee attack that breaks obfuscate 4 will deal double damage. And eventually, okay, so it just lets you move around. It's missing some of the cool stuff. Potence just makes me stronger. Okay, so that's... I'm kind of okay with this. It's a shame that it misses all the coolness of the thing. Melee, security, stealth, scholarship, gather information, debate, and learn new skills. Probably, I doubt it helps you learn new skills. That's my guess. But it does have persuasion and research, which is good. Computer, hacking, finance, investigation. My seduction's a 0. Oh. Now, subterfuge would help with my seduction. Dodge, brawl. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and accept this. But before I start, give me half a second. I'm going to run and fill my drink real quick. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take this. Oh, I should name them. I often use, like, a thing from Grendel. And I like the idea of, like, I'll use Hunter Rose for this character's name. I will accept the embrace, the act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. That's that one little sound right before. Oh, look.
I want to show you something.
What am I doing? Oh. Well. Wait. So I'm assuming that was me, but that was a woman's scream. Like, that was not a scream from my sire who created me. There we go, okay. I was afraid that they were going to wimp out on the horrific aspect of it. Oh. Well.
Good evening. My fellow kindred. My apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken.
Dude up there.
As prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as
there we go.
Up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society.
The kind of blue bloods there, essentially.
Lest we endanger all of our blood.
Vampiric business / royalty.
Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
It's a Final Fantasy sword.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
Yeah, Bruja. Rebels. But rebels, but very much locked into. They're just kind of like angry soldiers.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights.
Behind him, the big,
let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Gangrel are like the guy we're about to meet. Think like biker gang dude you'd see in like a central casting flick, but he has been like a little bit literally wolfish, like a little animalistic. So
your sire,
and them actually
tragic. My apologies, but you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do.
This is like the 2004 version of, was it Stephen Miller? The, like, white supremacist, just Stepford wife-looking motherfucker who works for Trump. That same sort of just dull gleam and, like, the wrong, like, parts of the face don't move like it should. So Z, first and third, I can use camera keys to move the camera in and around third-person view. It's a little old. Toggle for auto move and toggle walk run. Definable. Thank you for helping me with
that. What a scene, man. Woo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
I have no choice what to say,
I'm
so
Jack.
Who are you?
What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
I'm curious what happened if I hit 4 and said, like, I'm leaving. So, okay, right. I could use the help.
Why don't we, step out back here?
Why don't I have a second?
Stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know? Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne. Blood, your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as
very
sweet
different
as the
levels
first
of
time.
things.
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car. All right. You go down there casually, like. You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so natural you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
I know he won't become a vampire, but I'm going to ask.
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way.
Wouldn't I have remembered that I had a drink from her?
Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
This is your blood pool. Hey, now, this is the weird thing. So, the blood pools are maybe the dots underneath? Because if the blood pool is the... I mean, okay, it looks like it is actually set into segments. So it looks like we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a little... like 7 1/4. Because I know certain things cost like 3 blood. I almost kind of wish they kept the dots. I mean, the vial of blood also with the vial of... we don't use mana. So, anyway. Yeah, so that's one of those things where if you looked at it, you might be a little confused, because that's a fairly faint line that you can see there. So, here's the thing. So, there's just a dude hanging out there, and I look like a goblin. Okay, how did he get back here? What do you think his car was? Oh, hi. I'm a big goblin-looking motherfucker. Look over there. So, F for feed. The humans do not see you feed on other humans. I guess the human I feed on can see me. It'll be fine. Press F again to stop feeding. Oh, hey, don't mind me as you just go to the wall. Oh, be positive. It's so good. Let's get you down to about there. Okay, I'm full. Yeah, you're going to be a little... That's a lot of blood I took. That's not your car. That car is not going anywhere. We are... There's literally not an entrance unless he came through the theater or this alley. I don't know where he thought he put his car, but this is a video game place.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
Yeah. Look at the cape. No.
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred
Same
have
reason
a
we
few
use
things
zombies
in
in
common.
a zombie film. It
Things
seems
except them
silly
right
to
square
us.
above humans on the food chain. Like sharper
Kindred aren't
senses,
like-
a body that can take a
Isn't
beating.
a weird thing,
And
yes.
if you play your cards
Like
right,
vampires.
eternal life.
Vampires are Count Dracula.
You sure bet. Still, the chance of their mortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club. Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it? Okay, now. The fuck is this?
You don't seem to react much to an explosion and machine gun fire. Okay, so it lets me... So it's one of those things where the nice thing about it is it makes perfect sense for you to start as a neonate. A neonate is one of a newly embraced kindred. And this dude's here to kind of tell you some stuff, but now he gets to go off so I can kind of explore and play a little bit. The use icon. E. Not bad. Fairly easy to see. Okay, so. Oh, wait. Okay, I can just. What happened if I. Beware my trash can! Die! Oh, I did not. Okay, I guess I go to third person if I throw something. Jump is. Yeah. Okay, so part of me is. I don't think there's probably going to be anything here I can actually use. Okay, again. I'm fine without the verisimilitude. There is a moment where I'm just like, this is not a real life place. These mini boxes are not normally just stacked as such. I'm a little floaty. I don't like that part of it. So I'm gonna check that because that floatiness. I mean, it wasn't really the mouse sensitivity. It's more the actual. Yeah, I don't know if I can do anything about that. Okay, got a lockpick.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat? They're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
The Sabbat are like, I didn't mind it as much at the time when we were first playing because I was like 17. Along someplace in there, but the Sabbat was basically there so that you weren't honestly the worst thing that was out there. That you were, yes, you were bad. Yes, you were these vampires and dealt with this inner darkness. But there was like the satanic fuck shit up, like just be really. destructive and actually wallow in all the things you're supposed to not get into. It was a thing that was pretty common throughout the entire original World of Darkness. You're supposed to be dealing with personal horror, but you're not really the bad guys. Someone else is really the bad guy.
Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell.
There's not a lot of gathering. Not a lot of people.
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
I mean, they would basically create a bunch of neonates that were confused, buried alive, like starving, and then just let them loose, and they're kind of zombie-ish.
Heads up. Back away.
Where's his sword? Don't fire it! Fire back at it. Okay, so that's if I use animals. Okay, he's Nosferatu. So if I use animals emitter on, that's what I'll be able to do. I don't know what power that was. Might have been one of the swarm of
dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I am on it. Okay, I like that it shows me here. You know what, this is a Nosferatu thing? They can't all look like that. Or it might be the fact that there's combat, I don't know. Santa Monica. Oh, nothing in Santa Monica. Downtown Hollywood, nothing there. Chinatown. My info? See, the thing is, I always saw Nosferatu, while they look like beasts, there was often like a little bit more of a nobility to them. Or there could be. That was one of my favorite ways of approaching them. Because they were physically disgusting to look at. Now, in the New World of Darkness, I didn't find this out till I had friends who were like, "Oh, you should come to a LARP." And I'm like, "Well, I'll do that." And so, at first, I just went, and people would just have a little name tag, like you could dress up and stuff. But I found out that basically they just made Nosferatu like you bug people. So one guy was just like a frat boy douchebag. I'm like, no, that's not a fucking Nosferatu. So I came in next day. I used liquid latex all over my face, and I put like a layer of some darker makeup on, like not a blackface thing, but just like some bruise type makeup. Made myself look just a little bit dirty. Then I would kind of pull those out some, and then I would put little bits of stage blood in them, so I looked like my face was coming apart. And someone was like, "If I knew you looked like that, my character would have been more horrified by you." I'm like, I was going real Nosferatu, not this little piddly ass like, "Oh, I bug you" bullshit. I want them to look horrific. Okay, so dexterity and security, which I happen to have, and I'm curious if I didn't have it, if I was someone else, if there's another way to do it. Okay. This might be just one of those gimmies they give to people who normally couldn't do it. Okay. Yeah, this is very old school video gamey. Why did I open up the office door if you vaporized through the walls to get here? Like, you can come through that window. Wait, what can I pick up? Oh, the chair. I don't want to pick up the chair. This stuff. Nope. There's a safe.
Nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you? Cool.
I know how to handle myself.
Lesson on how really not to act? Take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Wait, I still got that list of people from high school. Ha ha.
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento. And it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning. Keep our secret secret and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
Remember, this is in 2004 when cell phone cameras were, like, around but not ubiquitous. Now, they're
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla Gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one. Yeah,
Vampire
I'll tell
good
you
guys.
what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
Okay.
And
They've
you,
at least
my
dealt with
fugly
that.
friend, they're gonna have it extra hard. A little effort and the rest of us can blend in okay. A sighting of your hideous ass hits the internet and it's all over. There's a reason most Nosferatu smell like the sewer. Figure it out. Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area.
That makes my night.
You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings. You do what you gotta do.
What does that
Theft,
mean?
destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. You're probably going to stand there so I can find it. So you're not actually going to be, like, looking for anything. So, area indicators. The icon to the left indicates you're in a combat area. Anything goes. Masquerade, respect to Masquerade. Elysium, Vampire neutral ground. No combat or disciplines are allowed except blood buff while lock picking. I swallowed a bug or something there? Good lord. Masquerade areas break the masquerade can carry dire consequences, such as the unwanted attention of vampire hunters. This is the whole idea why we don't know about vampires and all the stuff that goes bump in the night is because they keep them secret. After 5 masquerade violations, your game is over. As a Nosferatu, you have to be extremely careful about hiding your monstrous nature. If you're in danger of being seen, you'll see this icon appear in the upper right corner of the screen. A small arrow will tell you from what direction you may be seen. The current number of masquerade violations displayed in the upper right-hand corner of your character sheet. Okay, it's kind of cool, because when I played the other ones, you could literally just walk down the street. Now I have to actually worry about that. Read a note. I will see this icon. Read the note. Use E. Password chop shop. Okay, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put just a yellow legal pad up here and the whole pad on the wall, and that's where I'm gonna put it. It's a little bit away from. I could have put it on the desk, but I didn't. So, many menus commands with password protected. Hacking is a feat that allows you to hack into computers. I don't think I have hacking. You'll be prompted to Control C to attempt your hacking feat. I think I've just got like the 1 dot in intelligence or the whatever dot in intelligence. So yeah, so some of that stuff you'll at least have a little bit, but just not much of one. Yeah, that floatiness is bothering me. Okay, safe. Shop. That's a very bad security. Unlock. Enter to continue. Home. Help. List. Yep, this is your standard old-timey 2004. Everything's still using like DOS from 1982. Pretty much all E. For the most part, they really didn't need to tell you all these things. It's the same thing for all of them.
Back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Yeah, I didn't have to get out that way. I'm just gonna disappear so you can learn how to walk and use stuff. Different items in the inventory. Keys are located in the equipment category out of key ring. They'll not be needed again and are removed, because in real life, you open a door once, just toss the key. Oops. Oh, there we go. My wallet. Oh, look, there we are. Unarmed. Switch for gun. Light clothes. I don't think I'm wearing light clothing. Key ring. Chop key. And the lockpick. Did I get 2 lockpicks before, or is it just the one? Okay. These are probably from a LARP, or one of those are actual developers. I thought you were gonna go check things topside.
I'm waiting on you, princess. To be honest,
I thought you were going someplace. Okay, good. At least lets me automatically use those things. Oh, wait. This feels unfair. He's still firing at me. Oh no! Oh no! I hit you so hard, you're gonna burst into flames. Okay. So health over on the side. I apparently got shot because why not? Okay, good. So it fills with yellow. Aggravated damage are really hard to heal. They're the things that can kill you dead. Nothing this way in the alley. I could have leaped behind. Someone just stacked some cars in an alleyway. Oh, early 2000s.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though.
There's a random guy down this alleyway.
There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do. Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD?
The better
kid?
person you are,
That's
literally the better person you are. Like, the more you've succeeded, you're
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent
them,
ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
I didn't do anything. I just was gonna bang some horrific-looking lady.
And innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you. The beast? It's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
Those are those things I thought was a cool idea that didn't really make itself felt in the RPG as much as it should have.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation.
That's how
is the
trauma
final part
works.
of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact. The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Yeah, a lot of times vampire turn into dark superheroes because of stuff like this.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Okay, so the fact that different people have different sort of levels of blood is kind of nice. It means I've got to actually pay attention. Oh, that goes fast. Let him go. Okay, health went back up. We are once again
Not quite
in
as
the
good,
places
huh?
where there's
You
nowhere
can
to
do
go.
worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
Worse than a bum's neck, that scarf tastes like old gym socks. I think I still got some threads between my
Well,
teeth.
give it a try.
I'll think about it. Rats do... Oh, okay, rats do not flee us. That's... Yes, I don't remember doing this when I hadn't played this in years. Who only gained 1 point of blood from... I actually gained 3. Killing rats has no impact on my humanity score. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Fastest rats. Hello, rats. I am looking for you, rat. Are you down here with the bomb who I fed off of? There are not a lot of polygons for me to look through. Where are you, rats? Ratty, ratty, ratty. Hello. Not over there. Oh, look, it's a rat. Oh, don't, you're running away. It said you wouldn't. Oh, hello. Hello. Feed! Oh, yeah. Oh. Hey, use a little yeah, top me up. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get a little woozy now. Alright, let's go. Can you use the phone booth? These are the creepiest phone. Hey, Steven, are we just gonna put a phone booth in an alleyway? Uh-huh. It's just in case someone comes out here and wants to get robbed, where there's no outlet through here, but they have to come through the chop shop. Again, no outlet that way. There's no door in this. This is just, well, maybe it's supposed to be a door, but it all looks super sketchy. And down here, goes into here and a little bit of nothing. That guy's looking at me, looking like a monster. I'm gonna talk to you again.
Boy, you took right to that, huh? I guess for a nos, rat eating is natural as eczema.
Fuck you,
Keep
buddy.
it down. Got someone around the way here. Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
That's my specialty.
Building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows. And don't let him see you. Alright, go.
I'll do my best. I think you should just stand here until I have gone a thing, and you'll just randomly appear somewhere else. Okay, proximity for enemies. Chance of detecting you. Green means you're completely safe. Yellow means you might be seen, and red means they'll see you if they look in your direction. They'd learn from Thief, like a little thing at the bottom would be great. That took place like here, like right in that area, would be great, because then it could just be like a gem that lights up or not. Because I look at green, I think I'm okay, but it doesn't so much tell me chances of being seen. And I don't like the fact it's all the way over there. Something I can kind of see in my periphery, which I kind of can. But I've also got like one of the wide screens. Okay. And we crouch. Where's the guy? So I'm curious if the shadows matter. Okay. There he is. It's a little hard to tell which way he's looking. He's looking the other way. There's another thing where, like, I love stealth in games, but one of the things that Thief did that it looks like he's looking my way. So, let me check the brightness. So he's looking my way, but it really sort of looks like, oh, that's all maybe visual. Check the gamma down to 1. And normally I'm raising the gamma to see stuff, but let's see if this looks like I'm in the darkness more. Okay, a little more shadows, but he blends in so much. Okay, so that's a percentage chance of being seen. So one of the things that Thief does that this apparently doesn't, which is the audio is exaggerated and kind of all over the place. As he's looking at me, and it's frustrating because I think it was designed to just be looking in my direction.
Here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry, he's probably greener than you. The Sabbat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
A half hour before I'm taking off. So,
he's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery.
So I don't know if that dude was just sort of turning because that's what he's supposed to do, or if it's just designed to be looking in your direction. But the fact that he kind of, I mean, it's 2004, but it's been a long time. But it's frustrating because sneaking is going to be an important thing to me, and that is not intuitive. That makes me feel like I'm going to be seen in a way that I mean, Thief had this down before this came out.
He is a vampire,
right.
so be ready.
With what? I was born
Go get
ready.
him.
No, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm on it. Unarmed combat. Best melee weapons key to your fist icon is highlighted. I'm gonna hit you. So block your enemy's attack by pressing and holding the attack mode button tab. Okay, so tab, that would be nice if that was right click. Put your fists away, you press the holster. I'm gonna holster my fists. Give me just a minute. Hey, you just had me sneak. But I see a little bit of... He's got a tire iron. Fucker. Bam! 7, 0, 5. First person. I'm going to take the tire iron. So the melee weapon key is highlighted. Okay. So the problem with my keyboard is sometimes it doesn't want to... Icon indicates the weapon you currently have. For ranged weapons, there's numbers to gain reserve ammunition. Later on, I'll find armor. Equip it in the same way by pressing the armor key. Okay, there we go. I got my tire iron. I'm a Nosferatu with a tire iron. I'm
That's that.
gonna
Sounds like
hit
we got
you in
another
the
pack
face.
moving, though. The Sabat are going all out. You better head underground. Avoid straight bullets. All right, head down into the
Another good
basement through the
strategy.
grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
It's been long enough since I've actually played this. I don't remember if that's what you do as like a Tremere, which is normally what I would play. I think the reason I probably didn't play Nosferatu was just because it took away the options of dealing with people. But I... Oh no! I do not have Persuasion, and I don't think I have Intimidation.
Stop! You! Just stay back. Keep your distance. Now, who
Hey,
the
this
hell
was-
are you? You involved in all this? Because I'm gonna radio this
Aw.
in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
I'm the intern that they asked to go ahead and take care of this. No, but if SWAT comes, they'll drive the gunman down here. You want that? I don't have... Well, I guess... Okay. Persuade. I was thinking more Dominate for that. Okay. I don't know which is my actual better stat. Probably Intimidate, but I'll Intimidate. Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe my fun just isn't over yet.
Look, I'm making $8.50 an hour watching car parts collect dust. I'm not about
Down
to take
here?
a bullet for this job.
I got tire iron. Put your face.
Okay. Alright. This way. This'll lead us up to the
It'll
warehouse.
be nice if
We
they...
can maybe sneak out that way.
You seem remarkably put together. Oh, let's have him die. I don't think that'll take care of my thing. Alright, you can go ahead. He seems remarkably put together for someone who just seen this ugly, awful beast come down. And by the way, with the fact that you're down here, I can see him running down there, I guess. But I don't know why you'd stay down there and not go someplace you can lock yourself in where you're probably not going to be found. Equip your fists, crouch, and sneak up behind the victim until you see the stealth kill icon. Okay. So it looks like stealth kill is just with fists. I gotta be honest. It seems like a tire iron would do really well on a stealth kill.
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabat's getting scattered.
What happened to the guy?
I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
More the merrier. Yeah, I'm gonna beat some ass. Okay. Disciplines are my vampiric powers and cause a certain amount of blood from your blood pool to activate. An innate ability common to all vampires is Blood Heal, which heals you. There are two kinds of this icon indicates the power you currently have selected. Two kinds of disciplines. Passive disciplines that affect you and targeted ones that directly affect my enemies. Blood Bluff is another common ability to all vampires. Scroll the mouse wheel to select Blood Bluff and use the power key to activate it. Gives you a temporary bonus to all your physical attributes. It's useful in a variety of situations, like picking a lock that would otherwise be too difficult. In Elysium areas, you can use Blood Bluff while picking a lock only. Okay. I'm going to see if I can do this without... Okay. Difficulty 3. Okay, so it's making me use it. So I got Blood Bluff, I've got the Night Wisp Ravens, I have Obfuscates. Is Obfuscate maybe a Potence? Okay. So I'm curious if I can get different things with this. Obfuscate maybe just takes the highest one, but I think I've only got 1 or 2 in there right now. Actually, what is my inventory? I want to actually look at character sheet. Obfuscate's got 2, so it looks like maybe it just... They cost different levels of blood, though. 1 blood per activation. 1 blood per activation. 1. Okay, so that one looks like it just gives me whatever's the highest. Okay. That keeps it simpler, which is actually not a bad idea. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Oh, I'm not feeding. Sorry. Okay, so the right click is to use... Okay. That works. Do I still have my Blood Bluff? Control Nature, Vampiric Invisibility, Colossal Vampiric Strength. Potence is Vampire Supernatural Strength. It's passive or time-based discipline, not a masquerade violation. So discipline timer. So I guess is my discipline timer done for the Blood Bluff? This is about guard him ahead. Use Potence to kill him. Okay, so it wants me to do these specifically. Jump. Oh, hit me! I'm supposed to hit you. I don't remember what was block. What was block? That's probably going to be important. Because that dude hit me a bunch. Tab. Okay, I think it's tab. Okay. Continue. Let me see if tab works. Go. Yeah, okay, that was blocking.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way. Meet you there.
I'll meet you.
Don't let them catch you.
Don't. I'm not there in 10 minutes. Call the president. Okay. How did that make a difference? Okay, let's crouch. Because I'm sneaky. Obfuscate. You must be out of sight when you activate the discipline. With level 2 Obfuscate, you'll have to be crouched to stay invisible. Use of Obfuscate is not a masquerade violation, because they can't see me. Use Obfuscate to sneak by. Scroll the wheel. Remember, Obfuscate is a passive discipline. Pay attention to discipline timing. Obfuscate. Oh, nope, that's you. Oh, where's the person? There he is. I am invisible. I am invisible. You can't see me. I open the door. Animalism is a mystical vampire power that controls nature. Animalism is a targeted discipline. The effect in its length varies with each level. Use of animalism is a masquerade violation if you are seen activating it. The guard up ahead. Use animalism to incapacitate him and pass by. You have level 1 animalism, known as Night Wisp Ravens. Scroll the mouse wheel to select Night Wisp Ravens, place your cursor over the guard, and use the power key to activate the discipline. He'll be distracted by a flock of mystical ravens. You then walk past him into the next room. Did this door shut? Nope. Okay, Obfuscate. I'm standing still, so it's still remaining. Oh, stand still. Where are you at? Oh, you can't see me. Ravens! Ravens! I'm gonna go quick. And throw it. You'll see the use icon. To pick up an object, use the use key. To throw it, press the attack key. Thrown objects make noise, can be used to distract your enemies. This is the Sabbat vampire guarding the exit. Crouch. Find an object you can pick up. Throw it away from the guard to distract him once he's... Oh, what will I pick up? Maybe one of these? Where are you? God. Sitting over there. Huh? Let me go. Huta! Oh, with your big-ass arms. And luckily you can't hear that with all your vampire powers.
Fuck
you teleported!
Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabbat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood.
Where did you go?
I've probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking beat you.
Had it earlier.
A few shots in it will take down a human.
Don't kill people, by the way. Here's a gun.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
Yeah, baby.
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you. Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this.
It's not self-defense. This is just running up and murdering. I could, like, hide someplace, but no. Go and murder. Okay. Ranged weapon. The combination of perceptions of firearms defeats the effects. How well you shoot a gun. When you equip a gun, you'll see a ranged combat cursor. It's spread in... Yeah, this is your standard, normal... Here's how good you are. There's the gun. Ha-cha! There. But if I move... Oh, well, nope, not quite like I'm out of... What's in here? 38 ammo! Good, I'm gonna take it. Thank you, crate. With ammunition. Everyone will die. No toxic materials. Just in case. That looks like grenades. Oh. Glad I was so quiet on the way through. Okay. That's a powerful ass bottle. It took some gun hits. R for reload. Oh, no item. Glad nobody could hear me. Knocking over bottles. Can't break them. Oh, hey, buddy. Feed. Rats, the musical fruit. Hey, man, you see some rats right here? I'm just saying, like... Oh, it's locked. Can't break it with my supernatural going up. It's not crouch anymore. G. I'm going... Why am I going to G? I was unaware that was a possible... Oh, just basement. Good thing those are a lot bigger than all the other ones. No, okay, where's the open door? G. Open the door. Okay. Pull out the gun. There's the gun. Shoot the gangbangers in this tiny warehouse.
Where you going?
I guess not. Okay, I guess you can't feed on them when they're firing at you.
That's it, kiddo.
Hey,
just
buddy.
like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night.
Once you kill two people...
Until the next night when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on and so
It was like 4 rooms with just like one dude in them each. Why were they there? Why were they there? So this is
Well,
normal?
to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabbat. In LA, these are the new kids on
It's always kind of fun to
There's
see
already
how
plenty
much
of
they're
Kindred
trying to
had
be a
stakes
little
down
more...
in California long before them. Now, we got every
catching the
ancient Kindred
verisimilitude
rivalry
now.
playing out
Make it
all
seem
over the city.
more
Lot
regular
of
than
tension
they
out
used to.
there.
That's kind of neat
Lot
to see
of
that.
fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity. think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but ah, hell, you'll figure it all out.
You'll get all this vampire shit. Sure, here's your gun. I will, but I would like to keep the gun. I'm gonna give it to you.
You make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
I'll see you there to get a good day's sleep. Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking there. I'm sorry. I'm assuming this is where I leave. Nope. Oh, yeah, because it faded to black. I have 2 experience points. By creating the character editor key, you can access the character sheet and spend your experience points. Unspent experience points will stay in your available pool. I would like to do that now. Cost 3. Fuck. Initial cost 3. Can I buy anything? Okay. Small problem. Okay, I can't. I literally can't buy that. Oh wait. Could I buy? Oh no, yeah, those always go for these. Okay, so that's hilarious. First of all, if you're doing, you should give me enough to raise one thing. be like, yeah, buy a skill you don't have. Here's a little something you didn't have before. Nope. Wait, I can't get subterfuge? Oh, they only use it for seduction in here. What's persuasion is intimidate. What is persuasion? The scholarship. Okay, I have to get going. I have stand up in a little bit. I'm going to do some writing before I go. I am, however, feeling kind of nicely less willing to kill. Why did you give me experience points if I can't actually level anything up? Why did you do that? Okay, but we're going to save. I kind of like, I don't know if anyone is ever going to see this, but it is kind of nice to pretend there's someone there because it makes it feel social in an interesting way. So I am going to be taking off. If anyone happens to see this, you have yourself a good day, and I